you. Councillor Perks to speak.
Thank you, Speaker. Boy, this council loves a parking lot. It is just amazing. Whenever we consider any policy measure that is any threat to a large commercial parking lot, we run screaming for the hills. When we looked at the revenue tools, two different models to try to get revenue from those unbelievably wasteful land uses, we ran screaming for the hills. The mayor voted against all of those ideas. Now we recognize that we are homeowners and tenants particularly, are subsidizing those parking lots. Staff come forward with a proposal to try to do something about it. Absolutely not. Devastation, danger. Cartoons coming out of one councillor's office. It's unbelievable the extent to which this council will go to try to protect the interests of large commercial parking lots. I'm flabbergasted. I'm particularly flabbergasted given that we went through a very painful exercise about building a large piece of transportation infrastructure at a cost of over $4 billion, and the main argument that was used is, if we do this, then we will be able to rebuild Scarborough Town Centre so it's not so much parking lots, but has better urban form. Billions of dollars to achieve that goal. That's why we needed to do it. The inconsistency, the lack of vision, the lack of belief in the future of this city, and the absolute unwillingness to take evidence. City staff said, okay, we want to change direction a little bit, but instead of even considering that, right now we've got a proposal from the executive committee to do nothing. That is literally what the executive committee decided to do. Do nothing on this problem. And what are the consequences of doing nothing? Do we have the fresh, clean water that Councillor de Beermaker talked about? No, we don't. Right now, today, all along the western waterfront of the City of Toronto, there is a large, dirty plume with high E. coli counts in it that is the result of stormwater runoff into the Humber. The water levels are high, and that's a different matter, but the runoff is why the whole western end of the city is contaminated, waterfront is contaminated right now, this minute. But somehow we already have the mechanisms in place to have clean water. That's what we're told. We're also told, just impossible, way too difficult. Nobody could ever figure out how to do this, except over 100 American municipalities, over a dozen here in Ontario, and dozens more across the country. But somehow, this council, this mature order of government, this world city that we're so proud of, can't even catch up to St. Thomas, Ontario, because we want to protect the interests of the property owners who own large commercial parking lots. I simply don't understand it. I don't understand when the transportation staff can tell us the Bayview extension is currently underwater, when there are lane closures right this minute on the lakeshore, when some of the neighborhoods that you represent are currently, at this minute, experiencing extraordinary problems with basement flooding. Right now, people's basements are flooding in this city. But nope, got to protect the large commercial property owners who have big parking lots. Give your head a shake. Figure out your priorities. Support Councillor Layton.